If I could follow up on that, though, you mentioned the Saints and how Sean Payton was able to have success with Bridgewater and Ethan, but he had great success with Brees. So conversely,
No, he ain't.
if I could follow up on that, though, you mentioned the Saints and how Sean Payton was able to have success
No, he
with
ain't.
Bridgewater and Ethan, but he had great.
That gotta be like the worst shit right there, man. That gotta be like the worst feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? Call to the booth. Week 15. Aqib Talib, Harrison Sanford. Man, how you slip up like that?
I don't know, man. Hey, Aqib, now you being in the media, you now understand every now and again a word slips up, a pronunciation slips up, but that one was viral.
When you slip up, you hope it ain't that slip up right there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Coach
that,
start moving and everything, right?
Coach made it hot. Coach made it hot by moving like that. Yeah.
He did it like that on purpose. Hold up, what you mean?
Yeah. Speaking of slipping up, last time, was it maybe a month and a half ago? You had a great performance with no slip ups in the booth, now you're going back. Now you're going back to the booth again. Please let them know the deal.
Man, hey, who calling the Kyler Murray Jalen Hurts game? Leave is. Leave in the booth. We back in the booth, man. Round 2 in the booth. Fox. You know what I'm saying? I got me a new suit this time. You know what I'm saying? $3,000 suit. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta come correct or don't come at all.
I'm gonna wear the paddock this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling myself this week. I'm on one. I love these two teams who not really Philly, but the Cardinals. I already been watching them. You know that NFC West. I already been watching them, so I already know them good. You know what I'm saying? And the defensive coordinator used to be my head coach, Vance Joseph, so I know the defense good. I feel like I'm super prepared for this game before I even started studying. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be a good one, man. 2 great young quarterbacks. I'm excited.
What I think people are going to start to really love about this show is we're not just getting your takes as an analyst and your advice on players that should be put in certain positions for your DFS or your fantasy football team, but they're also learning about you, the person, and your career aspirations. So coming off this journey of having a Pro Bowl and potentially Hall of Fame career, now you're adjusting to being in the media, and now you're adjusting to also doing this Fox analyst booth tour that you're going on here, your second game. What are you trying to improve on as an analyst in the booth from the first game?
I got to get my start right, man. I got to get topics. I've been listening to Romo, Troy Aikman, just hearing them at the beginning of games, like how they get started, what they talking about at the beginning of the game. So I think I got it down now. Got a great plan going in this week, and it's only Tuesday, or we recording on Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, right? So I'm putting it together. So I think the biggest thing that I got to work on this week is that start. You know what I'm saying? You got to have great points of emphasis, you know what I'm saying, to talk about as guys make plays at the beginning of them games. So ready for that this time.
And one of those teams, as you mentioned, Aqib, the Eagles, in action on Sunday. You'll be calling the game. They're coming off a win against the New Orleans Saints, who are still in your power rankings. So let's get right to them. At number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs staying there. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills jumping all the way up from 4 to 2. Green Bay jumping up from 5 to 3. Pittsburgh, with that loss to Buffalo, drops down to 4. Deontay Johnson, what in the world was going on? And number 5, New Orleans Saints, as we mentioned before, dropping down from number 3 with their loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Before we talk about the New Orleans Saints in our next segment, I do want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts. They're obviously doing the game. What did you see from the Eagles in that matchup in Jalen Hurts' first start as an NFL quarterback?
Offensively, I seen a whole nother team, man. I seen an entirely different team. A team who looked like one of the top rushing teams in the league. Now, it's crazy. You just add in the quarterback who zone read. The quarterback got to be a threat, too, or it ain't no zone read, right? You got to be able to hold that DN out there, hold that last man on the line. So you just add Jalen in. Now Miles Sanders runs for 100 and Jalen runs for 100 against a team who never give up 100. They ain't gave up 100 in 3-4 seasons, right? So, man, immediately that's the first thing I seen. The running game is cracking. They had 13 different starting O-line combinations this year. And they come out and run for 200. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a test to Jalen Hurts, man. So I saw a totally different offense, man. A run game driven offense. And I saw a super poised, super calm quarterback, man. He's a leader. He controlled the game, got great command of the game. Never too high. He scored touchdowns. He don't get too high. He don't get too low. You know what I'm saying? He celebrate. He right back, even kill, man. So I'm excited to see him in person, man. I think he's going to be even more settled down in the second game. I'm excited for Jalen Hurts. He looked good. He looked good to me.
If you were on the Cardinals, and maybe you've had this experience in your career, you're going to go against this new quarterback, a new offensive system, and you only have one game of tape to reference. You've played a multitude of quarterbacks, so you have game after game after game that you could reference, but you only get one tape for real for this guy. How do you approach that if you're on the Arizona Cardinals?
You better watch that tape. You better watch that one tape 50 times and know it like the back of your hand, man. I'm talking about study the down and distance, study what they like to do, third and short, study what kind of routes they run in third and long, because that first game, this second game is probably going to be super similar to that first game. It went so well. He liked the plan. They liked the plan. They might add on a few small things, but that plan is going to be super similar, man. So the Cardinals better study that one game, because this next game is going to be played from the Eagles' offense. It's going to be played the exact same.
Aqib, what do you think about their chances of getting it to the postseason?
Philadelphia Eagles in the postseason is definitely going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough, man. They gotta depend on guys to lose. That's always bad when you need somebody to lose for you to get in, man. But if Washington slip up, lose a game, I think Jalen Hurts, he got his hands full, man. You got a tough Cardinals team on the road. You got Washington last game of the season. I'm going to say I don't like the chance. It's too much they got to go on in order for them guys to make it, man. So I'm going to say no. I love how he played, man, and I'm excited to see him next year as a starter. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's the starter next year and he get a chance to make the playoffs himself. I'm excited to see that, man. But this year, I don't think they're going.
And it's going to be tough for them, too, just because, they, as you mentioned, they have teams above them, like the New York Giants, who are playing strong on defense for the most part. Washington football team has been really good defensively with Sweat and Chase Young. They've been balling. But at the same time, the reason for optimism for both of those, for the Eagles, we don't know what's happening with Daniel Jones. Wasn't too good in his comeback performance last week. And at the same time, unfortunately, we're not too sure what's going to happen with Alex Smith because he had to leave the game this past Sunday. So I guess obviously health always matters. And obviously a win this Sunday for the Eagles will at least give them a better chance of making something happen.
That'll be a good start for them.
We're talking about the Arizona Cardinals coming out of that NFC West. There are 3 playoff teams coming out of there. Looks like the LA Rams are going to make it. Looks like the Seattle Seahawks are going to make it. Arizona Cardinals kind of have a chance to make it. They're sitting in a good position. With the Vikings and Bears both at 6-7 playing each other this weekend. They're above them right now in the standings. Aqib, how do you like their chances of getting into the postseason and giving Kyler Murray a chance to play in the postseason tournament?
Well, first of all, I like that they control their own destiny. You know what I'm saying? You win, you win. They don't have to worry about nobody losing. You know what I'm saying? You hate when you have to worry about somebody losing. You can't control that. But if they handle business against Philly this weekend, then you got 2 divisional opponents, the Niners and the Rams, man. They'll have to win one of them. I think they could lose almost one more game and still be in. But at least they controlling their own, man. You go 2-1, you win. If you go 3-0, you for sure win. 2-1, you got a chance to be in. Any more losses than 1. If you lose 2 games, you're probably not going, man, because you got the Vikings, you got the Bears, you got a couple guys who on their heels who probably won't lose 2 games. They play each other one time, so got to win games, Kyler. Kyler got to win games. You control your own. You win. I think they'll do it, man. I think they'll win. They'll go 2-1, and that'll be good enough to keep them that 7th seed. Football is back, so you know what that means, man. We like to put on our favorite jersey, get some beer, get some chips, and lock in on Sundays. So don't forget to lock in with MANSCAPED, though, man, below the belt. We got to lock in and make sure we nice and neat below the belt, so our wives and our girlfriends don't have nothing to say at night after the games, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you spend all day on the couch watching the game, and then you try to get romantic, but you didn't do the part that you should have done before that. You didn't treat your halftime correctly when you should have been taking care of yourself. You alluded to it as the Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0, and they got everything you need. First of all, Aqib, when we were younger, we didn't have the technology that they have now, where you could actually have the lawnmower 3.0. It's a skin safe technology. It's waterproof. It's cordless. You can bring it in the shower, get all the spots that you really need to get. They also have the crop preserver, which is a ball deodorant, so you can stop from the chafing, especially if you're not wearing appropriate boxers. Fellas, wear good boxers. And then also you have the crop reviver as well. So you have the perfect package 3.0, all these things that you need to make sure that you're on top of your game when the games are over.
Definitely, man. MANSCAPED.com got us covered, guys. I can remember, just going into the shower and grabbing whatever razor, doing what I got to do, hopping out the shower, dumping baby powder down there. But, we don't have to go through that kind of stuff no more, guys. We got MANSCAPED.com. Use the promo code NOFLYZONE. You get 20% off and you get free shipping. That's on anything you need. You get you a trimmer. You get you a little deodorant, man. I say you good to go with them two things right there, man. So, NOFLYZONE is the promo code. 20% off and free shipping. MANSCAPED.com, man. They got us covered.
Your balls will thank you.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Hurts has a similar skill set, in some ways at least, to Lamar Jackson. Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns are not in your top 5. But I did want to ask you a quick question. Did you put down any money last night on that Monday Night Football game?
I did not, but I know some people who did, and it was some happy campers last night because a lot of people picked them Ravens, and it was looking like they going to push. They wasn't too mad because it was looking like they was going to push. I think the line was 3. The spread was 3.
Yeah, it was 3.
Man, my phone, when the safety happened, put it like this. My phone had like 40 new messages on it from group chats and from 3 different group chats. Hey, it was going, though, so it definitely was a bad beat. In the flesh.
Hell yeah. I am glad I did not participate in that one. That would have been stressful. Before we get to the playoff teams or teams that are confirmed to be in the playoffs as of yet, I did want to mention the Buffalo Bills, who jumped up from number 4 to number 2, got the win against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week, and then I think Paul, remind me who they just beat. There you go, San Francisco and Pittsburgh coming off of those two. Yeah, coming off of those 2 wins, and they doing this without John Brown. Who's probably maybe their second best wide receiver. What are you seeing from Josh Allen that has been encouraging?
I'm going to say this about the Bills, right? I got the Bills number 2 on my power rankings, right? I just did the herd with Colin Cowherd. Colin got him number 1. He said they're better than the Chiefs. And I'm going to argue him down because I love Mahomes and the Chiefs. But, man, if you look at the Bills' schedule this year, they probably the most battle-tested team in the football right now, man. I was going through it yesterday. I think they got like 6 big wins against the Seattle's and the Rams and like real good teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got 5 or 6 like big wins. I'm like, all right, who should I put at number 2? The Packers or the Bills? So I started looking at the big wins. Packers had like 2 big wins. The Bills had like 5 big wins, and if I counted somebody like the Vikings or something, they might have been 6 or 7 big wins. You know what I'm saying? So they battle-tested, man. They seen the NFL's best shot this year, and they took that shot. They won some of them. They lost some of them. They won more than they lost. But I see a team who's ready. I see a team who's going to make some noise in these playoffs, man. I love what they got going. Tough quarterback, tough run game, good defense, man. A quarterback who could throw in the cold. So I think they're gonna shock somebody early in these playoffs.
Usually, when you have a team that gets a big-time wide receiver, it can go south, but it's looked like Stephon Diggs to Buffalo has really paid off. And while we mention that game, and before we get to our next segment where we really dissect the teams that are currently confirmed for the playoffs, tell me about Deontay Johnson. He got benched in that first half against the Buffalo Bills after I think it was 2 to 3. It was at least 2 drops. Mm-hmm. If you're a DB and you see somebody like Deontay Johnson going through this period where he's dropping the ball, coach benches him, what's going through your mind as a DB? And I know there was a lot of fantasy football players who were relying on Deontay Johnson who couldn't come through.
I bet the fantasy football players mad, but as a DB, if I'm in the game and they bench Deontay Johnson and bring in Washington, I'm kind of mad too. Because, shit, I've been watching Deontay Johnson all week. I know his moves. I know what routes he's going to run. Then he bring in another guy he's no slouch at all. You know what I'm saying? a monster at Oklahoma State. So I mean, you bring that guy in who got great athletic ability, and I just haven't been watching him like that. I'd rather play the guy who I've been watching all week, man. So as a DB, I hate when that happens. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanna play the guy who I prepared for.
For sure. So the Steelers are still confirmed to be in the playoffs after getting off to such a great start to begin this NFL season. The Kansas City Chiefs are already confirmed. The Green Bay Packers are confirmed, and the New Orleans Saints are confirmed. When we come back, we're going to break down their playoff probabilities, things that you don't want, that teams that they might not want to see in the playoffs, things they need to improve on as they try to bid for the Super Bowl. We'll be right back. This is Call to the Booth.